Okay, so get this. AI is changing so fast, even experts are struggling to keep up.
Yeah.
Remember those early chess programs? We've come a long way.
Yeah, in just a few years, AI has gone from those text-based chatbots to like processing images and audio and video, and it's gotten ridiculously cheaper to develop.
Right, like ChatGPT hitting the scene in 2022, costing a massive $540 million to develop. But then just a year later, Google's Gemini comes along at almost $200 million.
And then DeepSeek really shook things up, coming in at a fraction of the cost, just $6 million. This acceleration is a game changer, making AI way more accessible and driving even faster innovation.
It's like watching a rocket take off.
Mm,
But here's where things get even wilder, quantum computing. It's like the rocket is about to hit warp speed.
hmm.
Can you explain what quantum computing is and why it's such a big deal?
Well, imagine a computer that can solve problems millions of times faster than anything we have today. That's the potential of quantum computing. Instead of bits, which are like tiny switches that are either on or off, quantum computers use these things called qubits.
Qubits.
Yeah, and these qubits can be both on and off at the same time thanks to the mind-bending laws of quantum mechanics.
So it's like they're multitasking on a cosmic scale.
Exactly. A 32-qubit quantum computer can tackle a mind-boggling 4 billion calculations simultaneously. That's compared to a regular computer, which can only handle one at a time. The possibilities are practically limitless.
Okay, I think I need a moment to process that.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears for a second and talk about how this tech explosion is going to impact our everyday lives. We hear a lot about AI automating jobs, which can be a little unnerving.
It's understandable to feel some anxiety about that, but throughout history, technological advancements have always disrupted the job market. The key is to adapt and acquire new skills. Those who can harness the power of AI will be in high demand.
So instead of fearing AI, we should be focusing on how to work with it.
Absolutely. This isn't just about tech jobs. AI will transform every industry imaginable. Think about healthcare, finance, education. The potential is huge.
Now, I know a lot of our listeners are wondering about investment opportunities. Where's the smart money flowing as AI and quantum computing continue to evolve?
There are several exciting areas to watch. First, you can invest directly in quantum computing companies like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon are all developing incredibly powerful quantum chips. There are also ETFs that specifically focus on the quantum computing sector.
So you can either bet on a specific company or spread the risk with an ETF that makes sense.
Then there's the energy sector. AI requires massive amounts of power to operate, and this demand is only going to increase.
So energy companies, especially those focused on renewable sources, are going to see a huge surge in business.
Exactly. Investors are looking at a diverse range of energy companies, from traditional players to those pioneering solar, wind, and other sustainable energy sources.
And finally, there are data centers. What role do they play in this AI-powered future?
Think of data centers as the backbone of AI. They house the servers and hardware that process and store the colossal amounts of data that AI systems rely on.
So as AI grows, so does the need for data centers.
Precisely. But there's a potential risk of overbuilding. We've seen companies like Microsoft canceling data center projects due to concerns about oversupply. It's a reminder that even with promising opportunities, careful research and due diligence are essential.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's like any investment, there's always some level of risk involved.
Yeah.
And speaking of risks, I think it's important to acknowledge the elephant in the room, the bubble risk.
Ah, yes, the dreaded B word. It brings back memories of the dot-com bubble in the late 90s. Everyone was pouring money into internet companies, and then boom.
Exactly. The internet was the hot new technology, valuation skyrocketed, and then the bubble burst. A lot of people lost a lot of money. And while the internet ultimately transformed our world, not every company survived the crash.
So are we headed for a similar scenario with AI?
It's certainly a possibility we need to be aware of. Not every AI company will be a winner. Some will thrive, some will merge, and some will inevitably fail.
That makes sense. So how can investors differentiate between a company that's truly innovative and one that's just riding the hype wave? It all comes down to careful analysis. Look beyond the buzzwords and marketing hype and focus on the fundamentals, their financials, their management team, their competitive advantage. What problem are they solving? How are they different from their competitors?
I think that's where things can get tricky for the average investor. Analyzing financial statements and understanding complex business models can be intimidating.
I understand that, but there are resources available to help. There are financial websites, investment books, and even financial advisors who can provide guidance. The key is to educate yourself and make informed decisions.
Solid advice. But let's not forget about the rapid pace of change in this field. What seemed cutting edge a few months ago might already be outdated.
You're absolutely right. The speed of innovation in AI and quantum computing is mind-boggling. Just look at what happened with NVIDIA. Their stock plummeted 16% in a single day when DeepSeek emerged with its groundbreaking technology.
That's a stark reminder of how volatile this market can be. So how can people stay ahead of the curve when things are changing so quickly?
Continuous learning is essential. Stay informed about the latest developments in AI and quantum computing by reading articles, listening to podcasts like this one, and attending webinars.
And don't be afraid to get hands-on, right?
Absolutely. There are so many free resources available. Online experiment with AI tools, try coding, explore different platforms. The more you immerse yourself in this world, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions.
You mentioned earlier that quantum computing is still a few years away from widespread practical applications, but it seems like things are moving faster than expected. What's changed?
The pace of development has been truly remarkable. Just in the past few months, we've witnessed major breakthroughs. Google launched its Willow quantum chip, which is exponentially faster than any supercomputer we have today. Some estimates put it at a staggering 10 septillion times faster.
Wow, that's almost impossible to comprehend.
It is, and hot on Google's heels, Microsoft announced its own quantum chip, Majorana 1, claiming it's even faster and more powerful than Willow. Then we have Amazon jumping into the fray with their Ocelot chip. It's like a quantum arms race.
It's exciting and a little intimidating at the same time.
I agree. We're on the cusp of a technological revolution that has the potential to transform our world in ways we can't even fully imagine yet. But with this incredible power comes a responsibility to consider the potential downsides.
You're right, we've talked about the potential for job displacement, but are there other ethical considerations we should be thinking about?
That's a crucial question. One area of concern is the potential for AI systems to perpetuate and even amplify existing biases in society.
Can you elaborate on that? I'm not sure I fully understand.
Well, AI algorithms are trained on vast amounts of data. If that data reflects biases that already exist in our world, the AI system can unintentionally learn and perpetuate those biases. This can have serious consequences, especially if AI is used in areas like hiring, lending, or even criminal justice.
That's a sobering thought. So how can we prevent AI from becoming a tool for discrimination?
It's a complex issue, but we need to be proactive in addressing it. One approach is to ensure that the data used to train AI algorithms is diverse and representative of all segments of society. Another is to develop techniques for detecting and correcting bias in algorithms.
So it's not just about developing the technology itself, it's about developing it responsibly and ethically.
Exactly. We need to be thoughtful about the potential impact of AI and quantum computing and ensure that these technologies are used for good, not harm.
Well said. It's an exciting time to be alive, but it's also a time for careful consideration and responsible development. I think this leads nicely into a question I wanted to ask you about the future of quantum computing.
I'm happy to share my thoughts. What's on your mind?
You mentioned that practical applications of quantum computing are still a few years away. But with all these recent breakthroughs, what are some of the areas where you see quantum computing having the biggest impact in the near future?
That's a great question. One area where I see tremendous potential is in drug discovery and materials science. Quantum computers have the ability to simulate complex molecular interactions with a level of precision that's simply not possible with classical computers.
So we could potentially see new drugs and materials being developed much faster and more efficiently.
Exactly. And that could have a profound impact on healthcare manufacturing and countless other industries. Another area where quantum computing could revolutionize things is in cryptography.
Oh, that's right. Quantum computers pose a threat to current encryption methods, don't they?
That's right. The incredible processing power of quantum computers could potentially break the encryption algorithms that protect our online transactions, communications, and sensitive data. But the good news is that quantum computing can also be used to create new, more secure encryption methods. It's a fascinating paradox.
It sounds like a double-edged sword.
In a way it is, but I believe that the potential benefits of quantum computing far outweigh the risks. We just need to be mindful of those risks and develop strategies to mitigate them.
I think that's a key takeaway from our conversation today. Technology is a powerful tool, and it's up to us to use it wisely and responsibly. What are some other potential applications of quantum computing that you find particularly exciting?
One area that I find incredibly intriguing is the potential for quantum computing to enhance artificial intelligence. Imagine combining the problem-solving capabilities of AI with the sheer processing power of quantum computers.
That sounds like a recipe for some truly mind-blowing advancements.
It certainly does. We could see AI systems that are capable of solving problems that are currently intractable for even the most powerful supercomputers.
What are some examples of those kinds of problems?
Well, for example, we could see significant breakthroughs in areas like climate modeling, financial modeling, and even understanding the fundamental laws of physics.
It sounds like quantum computing has the potential to unlock a whole new level of understanding about our world and ourselves.
I completely agree, and I believe we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. The next decade is going to be a truly transformative period in human history.
It's both exciting and a little daunting to think about all the changes that are coming our way.
It is, but I'm optimistic that we can navigate these changes successfully if we approach them with a spirit of collaboration, innovation, and a commitment to ethical development.
Well said. It's an exciting time to be alive, but it's also a time for careful consideration and responsible development. So before we wrap up, I want to give you an opportunity to share any final thoughts or advice for our audience as they embark on their own journeys into the world of AI and quantum computing.
I would encourage everyone to embrace a mindset of lifelong learning. The skills that are in demand today may not be the skills that are needed tomorrow. So be curious, be adaptable, and be willing to constantly learn and grow, and don't be afraid to experiment. Try out new AI tools, explore different online learning platforms, and get hands-on with the technology.
That's fantastic advice. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today. It's been a fascinating and enlightening conversation.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has provided you with a better understanding of the incredible potential and the potential challenges that lie ahead as we enter this new era of AI and quantum computing. Remember, this is just the beginning of the conversation. We encourage you to continue researching, experimenting, and engaging in conversations about these transformative technologies. The future is being shaped right now, and it's up to all of us to participate in that process. What are your thoughts on the AI revolution? Are you excited, nervous, or maybe a bit of both? Share your comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. We'd love to hear your perspectives and insights.
And if you found this deep dive helpful, please don't forget to like and share it with your friends. Let's spread the knowledge and help more people understand these incredible technologies that are shaping our future.
Exactly. The more we learn and discuss, the better equipped we'll be to navigate the exciting and sometimes challenging changes that lie ahead. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the world of AI and quantum computing. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a fascinating topic. Until then, stay curious and stay engaged. And remember, the future is ours to shape. Let's make it a future that benefits all of humanity. Well said. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. We'll see you next time.